All right. Thought I would go live. I've got 45 minutes of my lunch break. I've just quickly necked some food. And I thought I'd go live to react to the price reveals. We got 4 player prices revealed so far. We got Erling Haaland, Taylor Hardwood-Bellis. Who else we got? Leif Davis and Ricardo Pereira. So I thought I'd go live and we could talk through him. So yeah, a bit of fun, wouldn't it? Hopefully most people are on their lunch break as well. Fancy joining me for a quick live stream. I'm just going to tweet that I'm live at the moment, actually. Just going to tweet that I'm live at the moment. So we're just going to do that a second. Just going to send the link. Davis is good value, mate. He is good value. It's quite exciting, isn't it? Just going to put the link in. Close that. Also, we got Taylor Hardwood-Bellis coming in at 4 million, who could well be a very decent option. It's nice to have 4 million defenders, isn't it? Apologies for the thumbnail. It's a bit eye-catchy, but that's the whole point, isn't it? It's a bit cringy. Template shredded before the season starts. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Erling Haaland at 15 million is very expensive, but it kind of only works if a lot of other players are expensive too, I guess. So I guess we'll see on that one. And then we got Taylor Hardwood-Bellis, who... Will he start? Will he not for Southampton at 4 million? It's always nice to have a 4 million defender in it. Then it was Leif Davis at 4.5, basically a winger. He's the new Doty, basically. So I don't mind him as an option. And then Ricardo Pereira, who is the most injury-prone player on the planet. 4.5 million for Leicester. Will Leicester actually be that good defensively this coming season? I'm not too sure. But there we go. What do you reckon? Are we picking anyone that comes? Let me know in the chat if you're picking anyone that comes... has got a price reveal today. Fancy anyone there? I think Erling Haaland at 15 million. You're going to be hard pressed to go without Haaland this season, aren't you, really? It's going to be hard to go without him. What else we got? FPL say they're doing a live blog as well. So what I'll do is I'll find that and we'll open that one up as well. I agree, Steve. He's a bit like Alfie Doughty, isn't he? I would say. Just basically an FPL regen of Alfie Doughty. Just going to have a look at the FPL website, see if they're doing anything. Be sure to subscribe to the Golden Goal channel, by the way, if you haven't already. Leave a like on the stream. I'm going live in my lunch break for this one. I have to go at 1:30, so we've got 45 minutes to discuss any price changes that happen. For some reason, my live blog, there we go, is not necessarily updating. But we got it now. Can I zoom in a little bit? There we go. Hardwood-Bellis, and a must-have apparently at 4 million, especially with Southampton's opening fixtures. More key passes and assists than any other Championship player last season for Leif Davies. That's pretty good, isn't it? I hope so too, Liam. The only way that the Haaland 15 million price works is if everyone else is priced similarly. But yeah, I'd say we've got a 4.0 million defensive option straight away, which is nice. I agree, David. I agree. If you have a quick look at... I'm just going to go to my solo screen a sec. I'm just going to have a look at Hardwood-Bellis' stats in the Championship last season. Because even, let's be honest, even if he's rubbish... It doesn't really matter at 4 million. If you can get 1 or 2 points per game, or at least play, it's pretty broken, isn't it? I'll just load him up in FBref a second. Oh, hopefully the stream's not frozen. My laptop's having a little bit of a struggle at the moment. We'll go back to the old screen share. It didn't like me going on FBref, so what I'll do We'll just have a look at his stats in Transfermarkt. Wilson Ford depends on other players' prices, to be honest, mate. So yeah, Harbour Bellis played 43 games in the Championship last season. So you'd think he's pretty nailed on for Southampton. Let me know if the stream's lagging, by the way. It should be okay. So yeah, there's his stats. 43 games in the Championship last season, 2 goals, 44 conceded, which is quite a lot. But he is a pretty solid starter for him. So yeah, I mean, 4 million starting defender straight away. Bit of a game breaker, that, isn't it? Let's see if we get any other decent 4 million defenders. But there's your first one. Who have Southampton got first up? Where's Southampton? Southampton got Newcastle away, so clean sheet, probably not, but decent. At least he starts at 4 million, right? I agree, Steve. I agree. I think being left out of the Euros squad, etc., is big motivation for Rashford to pull his finger out this season. Will you get Haaland for 15 million? Probably, but I don't know. Impossible to say. Haaland was a little bit disappointing last season. I'd actually argue, did the winner or like the guys really top of FPL last season avoid him for big periods of time and pick other players? I think they probably did, didn't they? You got anything else coming out? I'm just going to refresh the Twitter feed. How exciting is this, eh? Please leave a like on the stream if you're excited for FPL next season. North London up next, by the looks of it. We're going to get some Arsenal prices soon. Yeah, I agree, Mark. I agree. It all, though, depends on how other players are priced up. All depends on how other players are priced up. We don't know enough yet to decide. Havertz, do you think? Let's see. Who's going to be the Arsenal player that's revealed? Who's going to be the Arsenal player? They're probably going to go alphabetical order now, aren't they? Saka will be 4 million. Please be careful showing tweet replies and I get banned from YouTube if anything dodgy gets shared. I hope it's Saka. What would you price Saka at if you were deciding? Let me know in the chat. What would you price Saka at? I'd go probably, genuinely, if Haaland's 15, I'd put Saka at 11. 8.5 million he was last season. I remember I thought he was mispriced from the very start. Few shouts of 9, 9.5, 10.5, yeah, and then around there. 10 million. Just like Foden, yeah. He and Foden were like very similar for points last season, weren't they? I think that's a very fair price. Very fair price. Havertz, you think, would be converted to a forward? We'll see. He played everywhere last season, didn't he? I think Man United will be pretty solid defensively next season, provided they make those transfers. Still waiting for those Arsenal prices. I reckon they'll come at 1 PM. I agree, mate. If they sign De Ligt, there's so many names they're linked to and putting in bids for. I agree. And I also think Onana will be a really good goalkeeper as well. I doubt that he'll go up from 5 million. So I think he could be a good option at 5 million. Be hard pressed not to have 3 United players, you know, especially if Rashford comes in at a decent price. I think he'll have he's on a bit of a redemption arc this season, Rashford. Watkins' price increase just for yesterday. What a legend. I haven't even spoken about that. I made a Euros video last night and, blimey, there's so much fantasy football content that could go out over the next few days, isn't there? I'll probably make a video summarising all these player price reveals as well once I finish my day of work. But, wow. Yeah, because I'm sneaking off in my lunch break to do this one quick after I've had a bit of lunch. Prices every half an hour, yeah. So we've got 7 minutes then, hopefully, until an Arsenal price. I'll refresh that for now. What's Tony going to be? Yeah, I think it all depends on where he goes, doesn't it? Do you guys think Tony stays at Brentford? I made an FPL players to buy video a few days ago. You check that out, by the way, in the channel. Irrespective of player prices, I was intrigued to I thought it'd be worth making a video of players that I wanted to pick. And I was tempted to put Mbumo in there because I had a feeling that Tony would leave Brentford, sign somewhere. I don't know where, but I think he might leave this summer. And then that means Mbumo's a good option too, I would say. He was fantastic at the start of last season, if anyone had him in their team when Tony was banned. Yeah, Tony to Chelsea, it feels like a very Chelsea transfer, doesn't it? Well, I was bigging him up to go to Arsenal, to be honest, or Tottenham. I think he's definitely going to a London club, isn't he? One of those three. Still waiting for that price reveal. Let's see if there's anything on the blog. How exciting is this, eh? How exciting is this? The scout is saying we should wait before investing in Ricardo Pereira. I mean, seeing how bad Leicester were defensively in the Premier League before they got relegated, I wouldn't really touch their defenders unless they were 4 million. Palmer's price, I think Palmer, Saka, Son and Foden should all be in and around the same price, sort of 10 million. What do I think of Solanke's price? 8.5? Who do you think will be this season's Watkins Solanke? I think Mateta, mate. I think the Crystal Palace players will be really good picks. Defensively, I think they'll be in and around sort of 4.5, 5 million. You got Eze, who's going to be their big talisman now with no Elise. I think he'll be a sensible price. Obviously take the pens and free kicks, particularly now Elise's gone. And then Mateta up front. I think he scored 9 goals in the last 6 games towards the back end of the season. I included them in the video I made about players to buy. But I think, yeah, those Crystal Palace players are going to be really, really nice options. I've just got to do something very quickly a sec. I'm just going to edit the description of this video to put a few more FPL related hashtags in. So bear with while I do that. I very quickly knocked up this stream when I saw that prices were coming out and my plate was empty after my lunch. So what I'm just going to edit the description. So hopefully more people see the stream. Reckon Saka's going to be 9.5. Yeah, it'd be a decent price for him. 8.5 million he was in FPL last season. I just thought that was such a mistake. Such a mistake. 8.5 million for the Arsenal penalty taker. Probably best player, right? Incredible. Incredible. Can I edit the description? Yeah, Arsenal player next up. Hope so, mate. Hope so. I think Watkins will be 9. Gay 5.5. Wow, that's quite a lot. I reckon it'll be 5. Be interesting if there's a starting Palace defender that's 4.5. That'd be good. They were decent towards the back end of the season. They were decent. When can create a team? I don't know, mate. I reckon Tuesday, Wednesday next week, the game will launch is my bet. I think they'll wait until the Euros is finished. I think they'll wait until the Euros is done. Richarlison. Yeah, I think the starting Palace double up of Gahey and Anderson will probably be 5. Depends. Chris Richards, who obviously played in a back 3 with the two of them, I'm hoping that he is 4.5 million. Yeah, launched just as the final of the Euros kicks off. I also think England being in the Euros final is a bit of a factor as well. Obviously, the Premier League being English. I agree, David. I mean, Palmer probably gets 10, 15 goals. I think he massively overperformed his XG as well. I agree. I don't think he has quite the season he's just had. New features? I have absolutely no idea, Steve, to be completely honest with you. What do you hope for? I hope for ball recovery points. I really enjoyed that in the Euros fantasy game. What we need, I think, what FPL needs is to make more players options, right? I think defensive midfielders are just impossible to pick. Like Rice and Rodri are semi-decent, but there's no justification to be picking them, is there? So, yeah. Unlimited budget with the free hit, I like that. I think that's a nice idea. Switching the bench, it does work, but I think what FPL need to do and the Premier League need to do is appeal to the masses, and I think having to manage your team day by day will probably be a step too far to keep like the more casual managers engaged. I get it. Obviously, we're watching a live stream about me talking about player price reveals, right? So we're all pretty hardcore FPL fans, but I think they need to appeal to the masses, don't they? So I think they'll probably leave the daily teams. Yeah, the bench boost either gets replaced or is harder to miss when you've done it, because it's very easy to accidentally bench boost and not notice that you've done it. Did anyone do that this season? Accidentally bench boost and not notice that they did it? Very easy to do that. Be live for another half an hour, I reckon, lads. Talking about these price reveals. Anyone for a position change? Ooh. Who's getting the position change? Vice captain half points, you think? Interesting. I don't mind that. That'd be quite interesting. Should be getting another price reveal then. Richie position change, is that what it is? We're waiting. I'm refreshing the feeds. Havertz to forward. I think that's probably what it's going to be. Harsh though, because he didn't play all of last season as a centre forward, did he? Havertz is a forward, Richarlison is a forward. There you go. Interesting. So Richarlison's a 7 million forward. And we got Havertz as an 8 million forward. Interesting. Don't know what you guys think of that. Good price for Richarlison. 7 million. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. What about having another of the chips for both halves of the season, like the wildcard chip? Yeah. Could work. Chips are good fun, aren't they? I wouldn't have an issue if they wanted to add or include more chips. No idea, Steve, I'm afraid. I'm not an insider yet for FPL. I don't think the channel's big enough for them to tell me insider information. Yeah, Spurs have Leicester opening game. Do you think Spurs sign a centre forward in the transfer market, though? So surely if Richarlison is being classed as a forward, that means that Son will be too. I was hoping for a Saka price reveal as well. I don't think you can pick Havertz at 8 million, can you? I know he's very decent, but it's a hard one. I don't think I can pick Havertz at that price. Richarlison's very pickable at 7. It all depends for me whether Spurs sign a striker in the market. Who have Spurs got first up? Just checking that was the prices. Who have Spurs got first up? Leicester away. Well, that's a good opening fixture. Leicester, I tell you, Leicester defensively are pretty shammy. They're not great. They're not great defensively, Leicester. Spurs are looking at Solanke, are they? I definitely prefer Richarlison. Who do you prefer out of those two, according to the poll? You got Havertz or Richarlison? I think they probably should. I think that's what Arsenal, in my mind, that's what Arsenal need to really elevate themselves to the level of Man City as an absolute star-studded striker. All the big, best Premier League teams have one, apart from when Man City won the league with Foden playing false nine. But you know what I mean? I think they need a star striker. I think Tony could tick the box for Arsenal. I really do. But we'll see. We'll see. Havertz is there at the moment. And he is a good player, Havertz. I really do like him. It was hard to pick 3 last season. I think Mateta's got to be one of them. I'd be really hard pressed not to have Mateta in my team next season. If he comes in at a decent... I mean, if Richarlison's 7 million, surely Mateta is in and around the same. And you don't even know if Richarlison's going to play centre forward. Like, if Son's in the team, Richarlison's probably on the left with Son through the middle, right? Agree on the template. You just don't know enough about all the prices to know a template. Reece James, 3 million. Remind me, as I go through my team selection, players to buy videos, etc., towards the start of the season, remind me that Reece James is not an option. Even if you pick Reece James, he self-sabotages himself and gets sent off. It's crazy, that. I thought he was a decent punt towards the back end of the season when he was back in the team, and then he got sent off. Didn't even get injured. Shocking. Just sabotage, didn't he? Self-sabotage. Yeah, and he's suspended, so you can't pick him anyway. Cucurella or Chilwell. That's, tell you what, after his Euros tournament, he's going to be starting, isn't he, Cucurella, you'd think. Do you trust the Chelsea defence, though? That is the question. Do you trust that Chelsea defence? Yeah, I agree. If Mateta comes in at 6.5, wow. Laura, good to see you in the chat. I'm doing the same. Absolutely rammed down my lunch, and we're here talking FPL player prices. Good to have you in the chat. You can tell all the kids about the new player prices if they're interested. So, Laura, we've got Kai Havertz, 8 million. Richarlison at 7. A few of the promoted teams have revealed. Got Taylor Harbour-Bellis at 4. Leif Davies from Ipswich, the highest attacking sort of output defender in the Championship, 4.5 million. Ricardo Pereira of Leicester at 4.5. And then Erling Haaland, 15 million. Those are the price reveals we've got so far. I'll leave that on screen for the time being. Cucurella inverts into midfield. He could be a good option with that. Havertz will be no. I don't think I'll be picking Kai Havertz. He does, mate. He looks insane for Spain, doesn't he? Saka price prediction. I think he should be about 11. I think he should be around 11 million. I think it's probably going to be 10 to 11. And I genuinely think him, Son, Foden and Palmer should all be the same price. That would make it really tricky because it would be really difficult to squeeze Erling Haaland, Salah, one of those in 2 of those players in your team. Because you've got to think Salah will be 12 to 13 million as well. Maybe even 14 million. You're very welcome, Laura. That's what you get as a member, you see. If anyone wants that sort of tailored updates or whatever, feel free to join as a Golden Goal member. How exciting is that, though, eh? FPL is coming back. How good? How good? Just trying to load up the live blog a second. Here we go. It's all kicking off, look. 12:58 is the last time it got updated, apparently. Salah dropping, eh? Where'd you see that? I agree, Steve. If I genuinely, this is probably a controversial opinion, but if I was Liverpool and a Saudi club offered me 100 million, I'd probably take it. Probably take it. What do you reckon? What do you guys reckon Salah will be? Salah and Trent are the 2 Liverpool players I'm really interested in. I wonder if Trent will drop. He was, what, 8.5 last season? I wonder if he drops. Just check my Twitter DMs a sec, see if I've got any... I hope you guys like the cheesy thumbnail, by the way. It is extremely cheesy. Yeah, you take that, wouldn't you? Johnny said Salah will drop to 12 mil, eh? Has he got some insider knowledge? That's a fair price, to be fair, isn't it? That's a fair price. Trent should be 5.5. I'd put him 6.5 to 7, I reckon. He needs to be pickable. Whispers and conjecture that FPL have hinted a drop for Salah. Do you reckon that's the hint? Got 20 minutes left before I have to go back to work. Position changes. Havertz, Richarlison, Haaland front three. I don't think so. I don't know what you think, but I will hold my horses before getting too keen on who I'm going to pick. Haaland at 15 million could be too expensive, right? That's a lot of money to be spending on one player. A lot of money. Especially as you get less points for goals as a forward than you do a midfielder. Be interesting. In fact, let's just have a look. Opening fixtures. Who's the best captain? Man United, Fulham. Liverpool away at Ipswich. Arsenal home to Wolves. Man City are away to Chelsea. Spurs away to Leicester. Like, picking the best captain in the first game week it's hard, isn't it? Like, yeah, just you say, oh yeah, perma captain Haaland, but Chelsea away is not the easiest fixture in the world, right? You're right, Steve. You're right. Those sort of fringe players, like, for example, you just said Liam Delap there, if he comes in at like 5 million, 4.5 million, and potentially starts for Ipswich, that could change the way we fix our teams, right? Yeah, Isak, I'll tell you what, Isak is a really good option, Southampton at home. I think Haaland, Isak, Mateta, for me as a front three at the moment, is kind of where I'm thinking. Stack the midfield, go 3-5-2. Yeah, I don't mind it. Thing is, with the midfielders, there's usually a starting 4.5 million midfielder. Like a starting minimum price player in each position is kind of the way I like to pick my teams. But yeah, Haaland, Isak, and Mateta front three is quite exciting for me. Especially with Isak being on pens now for Newcastle. And they got Southampton first up, haven't they? It's a great fixture. Be hard not to captain Isak, actually. Let us know who in the chat you'd captain in that first week based on what we got at the moment. Man United, Fulham, Ipswich at home to Liverpool, Arsenal, Wolves, Everton, Brighton, Newcastle, Southampton, Forest, Bournemouth, West Ham, Villa, Brentford, Palace, Chelsea, Man City, Leicester, Spurs. I mean, the standout for me is Isak at the moment. He's the one. He is the one. I don't think Wilson will start and Isak will be bench, mate. Surely not. That's just not going to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if Newcastle offload Wilson somehow, just with how injury prone he is. I really like Callum Wilson, but you can't have a player on your books who gets injured that often. Salah against Ipswich is not bad either, is he? Let's be honest. Early kickoff, though. You know what Gandhi says? What I'll do is I'll stick around just for the half-1 price reveal and then probably call it a day there. Depending on Son's price and position, he could be a good captain. Yeah, don't mind that, to be fair. Yeah, Spurs away at Leicester. Son, yeah, it's a good shout. I agree, Lucas. It was too easy to pick a good team. What FPL really does suffer from as well is players being transferred after they've set the prices. So obviously Cole Palmer, he was 4.5 million, wasn't he, at one point? I also think Ortega for Man City. If Ederson goes to Saudi Arabia now, and Ortega's priced as the substitute Man City keeper, he could be in the game for 4 to 4.5 million. That could really break things. Because I think Ederson's being offered $1 million per week to join one of the teams in Saudi, which is obviously crazy. $1 million a week for a goalkeeper. Crazy. But yeah, I already made a video about players I'm excited for. I mean, Ortega being one of them, I think he could be a game breaker. If there's a starting 4 million keeper as well, that could be quite exciting. I like the Arsenal defence. I think an Arsenal defender's worth going for. Maybe Trent if he's a good price. Crystal Palace defenders I really like if they're sort of 4.5 to 5 million. I really like Eze with no Elise. He'll be on pens and free kicks, just play every game. We all know how good Eze is, and I don't think Palace will sell him now. Given they've already gotten rid of Elise, I don't think they will. Don't think they're going to get rid of Eze. And then we've got, what else did I say? Anthony Gordon, be interested to see his price. Bowen as well. Bowen's always a solid FPL option. Plays 90 every game, even through injury. Interested to see his price. And then Mateta. I really like Mateta. Thought of Mateta, Isak and Haaland as a front three is quite nice in my mind. Don't know on Bruno. Be interesting. I reckon Bruno and Rashford being 8.5, 9 million. Yeah, the one thing I guess to say about the Arsenal defence is if they sign Calafiori and have Timber coming back, how the hell do they line up that back four? Obviously, in my mind, I think the best back four is White, Saliba, Gabriel, and then someone else at left back. But I mean, Arteta's got his work cut out, hasn't he? Picking a starting 11. Gordon, I reckon Gordon will be 7.5 to 8 million, and that'll be the same for sort of Eze as well. Be interesting. Then I think Saka, Son. Well, if Son's a forward, it doesn't really count. But Saka and Palmer should be the same price. Whatever they price them up at, they should be about the same. And Foden. Exciting times, eh? All right, quarter of an hour to go until the next set of price reveals, and I'm going to sign off at 1:30 to go and do some work. Unfortunately, I don't do this full time. Hope everyone's good, though. Do you think United's going to sign Xerxes? I mean, it seems nailed on, mate. If you look at the tweets and stuff, it seems they're very confident they'll do it. So if they're doing 20 price reveals every half an hour, the final price reveals will come at 10 p.m. by the looks of it. So they'll be every half an hour until 10 p.m, I would guess. Trent price will be interesting. They've teased a little bit though, haven't they? Saying they'll reveal a price per team and then haven't revealed Saka or Son, who have been on their graphics, and it's been Richarlison and Havertz. Yeah, I agree, Steve. I don't think he is. He just doesn't... I'd say he doesn't score enough goals. He's scored some big goals, but probably not enough. And I think... Tell you what, getting 3 Man United players in your team might not be a bad idea, depending on how they are priced defensively. Oh, final reveal at 5 p.m, eh? That's quite exciting, isn't it? Well, I'll have to make a video then, won't I? I'll have to make a video then. We can live reacting, and then I'll crack up a video when we're done. I'll do a little. Can I do a little tease of the graphics I made? No, I can't. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm gonna crash my laptop showing my graphics. You guess Saka and Foden then? Yeah, I think so. Well, we don't want to show that. Onana, Shaw, Rashford, potentially, yeah. I agree. I think that's the way to go at the moment, depending on Rashford's price. Do you think, if we say Saka, Foden, sort of 11 million, where do we think Rashford ends up? Sort of 8, 9? Could be the same sort of price as Anthony Gordon, to be fair. Just going to go back to this screen because I accidentally clicked off the FPL account on Twitter, and I don't want to be accidentally showing you stuff from my Twitter feed because it could be dangerous. Could get me banned. We all know what kind of crap we see on Twitter, right? Rashford at 7 million would be a joke. It'd be an absolute joke. Garnacho's price could be interesting too, and Højlund as well. I think Man United could be good next season. Especially if they sign some good defenders. Like De Ligt. Can you imagine De Ligt at United? Yeah, Darwin Núñez be interesting. I reckon 9 million for him. I got a couple teams. I'm afraid I get some abuse for having 2 teams, but I don't live too far away from where Bristol City play. So I have a season ticket there. And ever since I was a little child, I absolutely love Ronaldo and Man United. So I support 2 teams. I'm a Man United and Bristol City fan for my troubles. Hopefully, next season they're playing in the same division. That'd be fun. Man United are the new Spurs. They won a trophy, though. I'm doing well, my friend. Is it Adeniji? Is that a correct pronunciation? Let me know. Apologies if I've butchered your name. I don't like pronouncing people's names incorrectly. Will you be buying Haaland? Ultimately, mate, I don't know. I don't think we should make any conclusions, to be fair. 15 million, you just don't know if what that means, really. Favourite team outside England? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Hey, you got it right. I don't know what my favourite team outside England is. I don't. For some reason, my mind is always drawn to Mallorca because I used to go there as a kid on holiday all the time. And I know they've got a semi-decent team in Spain. I don't know why, but I feel sort of drawn towards that. Could be some defence, Steve. It could be, mate. It could be. Especially, like, you got to think, there's no justification for them to make Onana more expensive than 5 million, right? So, could be 5 million. 5 million for Onana. I think he'll be my first choice keeper, to be honest. If he's 5. Be interesting to see who they reveal out of the United team. Be interesting to see who they reveal. I'm not sure Leicester will have a very good season, especially defensively. Even in the Championship last season, they looked a bit shaky, in my opinion, defensively. Wout Faes and Vestergaard was not. They were all right in the Championship, but in the Premier League, I think they get shown up. Which is why, to be fair, when we looked at those fixtures, Leicester away for Spurs is a good fixture. Like Son or Isak captain game week 1 could be a good way to go. Reckon it'll be Bruno. Yeah, probably will be. Probably will be. Haaland 15 million, eh? Interesting. Yeah, mate, they were just not good. And the reason they went down the season before was their defence. I think they were so poor defensively. About Fast, the Euro Fantasy legend, yeah. Less said about him in Euro Fantasy, the better, I think, mate. We can get Watkins at 10 million and Isak at 9. Can be great options. Maybe bet. Yeah. I think it all depends on captaincy. Haaland at 15 million is worth it if you think he's an outstanding captain. I like the idea, Looney Tune. I don't think we have enough information yet. Rage quit Euro Fantasy. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Mine's dead. Mine's done. I'll still make the videos, though. If Salah is 12, then he is better than Haaland. Interesting. Do you think Foden? I think they should price Foden, Saka and Palmer exactly the same. I don't know what you guys think, but I think choosing between Foden, Saka and Palmer is really tough, so they should be the same price. Steve, me too, mate. I'm going to go back after the next price reveals. Thank you very much for tuning in, mate. And stick around. I'll have a video reacting to all the price reveals when they come at, 5 p.m. I think they're due. So stick around for that. But I also need to go back to work at 1:30. But what I'll do is I'll give it a couple minutes afterwards just to see who they reveal. And then I'll go back to work. Thank you, everyone, though, for tuning into the stream. If you're new around here and haven't already, please subscribe. You need to subscribe, I think, to chat, but... Oh. I got rid of my tab. I'm still live, I hope. There we go. But yeah, if you're new around here, please subscribe. I'll be doing a lot of FPL content before the start of the season. Don't you worry about that. So really excited to get going. Really excited. Let's see if they've hinted as to who might be about. Man United, team I support in the Prem. Player of the season doesn't necessarily reflect FPL prices, though. I think his price does go up. I think he, Saka, and Palmer should all be the same price, and I think they should be between 10 and 11 million based on how they played last season. Yeah. What's Haaland's fixture game week 1? Chelsea away. It's tough, isn't it? Especially when you compare him to Liverpool. Then Isak against Southampton, Spurs against Leicester. I think 2 captains for me, Isak and Son. Those are the 2 guys I'd probably be captain in game week 1 at the moment. Just refreshing the FPL Twitter page, as I think most people are doing. Haaland cap game week 2 to 4. Reason enough to pick him then, isn't it? You're not getting Rabiot? I don't think so, mate. I think they'll get Ugarte from PSG as the player that they're excuse me, the player that they're looking at. We're all us United fans are absolutely hating the idea of Rabiot last summer, but he's not a bad player. Did get done by Lamine Yamal though, didn't he? Gave him some abuse before the game and got absolutely done. What's the Haaland poll saying? 29 votes, 66% are not going to pick him. Interesting. You are Ugarte for Liverpool. I'm sure you do, mate. I'm sure that you do. Do we know which teams will be shown next? No. I haven't got a clue, mate. I have no idea. I don't think Xerxes is going to come in as first choice, though. I don't think he displaces Rasmus as the first choice striker. We just need another striker, don't we? Especially to replace Martial. Sorry for my cough there. Right. Hopefully this price reveal comes at 1:30 and then I'll shoot off. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I work full time alongside this, so I have to go back to my actual job before I get in trouble. It's annoying. It's drip feed, isn't it? Every half hour. Osimhen to Chelsea. Is that confirmed? They're trying to big up Kai Havertz. I don't know. Is Mark Perry a Chelsea fan by any chance? Højlund, probably 8 to 9. Excuse me, 8 to 9 million. I think he'll have a better season than last year, by the way, Højlund. I think he'll do well. I'd be disappointed if Højlund didn't score 15. Don't worry, mate. It'll be fine. I'll stay until 1:32 so we can react to the price, and then I've got to shoot off. It's all right, KD, mate. I'm very happy. Very happy to. I'm not breaking any rules. I noshed my lunch down before we started, so we're all good. I agree, Notion Vids, by the way. I agree. I agree. What about Rashford price? What about it? What do you think it's going to be? I'm hoping it's under 8 million, because then he's genuinely pickable. Occasionally, mate. Occasionally work remote. I prefer not to say what I do as a job, if that's all right. But I work from home most days. I'm very lucky. At the moment, I'm actually on a leadership training course, and I'm doing some coursework for that today. So this is a welcome break, but I need to get back to it because it's due at the end of today. And I'm 2,700 words through a 4,000 word document. He was trash last season, but he was trash. But I feel like being left out of the Euro squad is going to be big motivation for him. I do. Havertz and Richarlison. Well, we've actually had a 3-man price reveal and a 2-man price reveal. So we could get... I don't work as that account 527. That's not my job. Although, if you... depends how much you pay me. Rush, yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. I know you're joking. It's funny. Keep them coming, mate. I enjoy the banter. Just eye me up. That's what you are. Who was revealed besides Haaland? Yeah, I can repeat. I can go through. So we got Haaland at 15. 3 promoted players. Taylor Harwood-Bellis, starting Southampton centre-back, coming in at 4. We got Leif Davies, the most attacking defender in the Championship last season. Basically an Alfie Doughty regen, 4.5. Ricardo Pereira, 4.5 million for Leicester. Very injury-prone him, though, and I'm not sure how good Leicester will be defensively. Then you've got 2 North Londoners in Kai Havertz and Richarlison. Both have had a position change. They're now forwards. Kai Havertz, 8 million. Richarlison, 7. Yeah, I hope they get De Ligt. But with Bayern Munich being fan-run, and I've seen that the fans have put a letter to the club saying that they should absolutely not get rid of him. That does worry me a little bit. But I would absolutely love him. Do you like the slow drops or prefer the fact... I mean, I prefer it all at once, but the slow drops means I can do a live stream, so we could get a bit excited about it, can't we? By the way, what did you guys think of the thumbnail for this stream? If you're new around here, did it make you click? I was a little bit... Oh, we got 2 price rises. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Antoine Semenyo. Both 5.5 million mids. Yeah, that is a bit of a disappointing one, isn't it? I also agree with the German fan structure. So those are the 2 half one price reveals. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Antoine Semenyo. Both 5.5 million midfielders. Doesn't fill me with excitement. I don't think I'll be picking them. And I think, if you don't mind, guys, I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you very much for watching. I will... Apparently all the prices are going to be out by 5 p.m. So I'm going to go through the rest of my work day until 5. And then I'll knock off, do a video about all of the price reveals at 5. Talk through them all. I think that would make a nice video, wouldn't it? So tune in back to the channel at 5-ish. Well, give me a bit of time to make it. Probably about 6 p.m. and I'll have the video out. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave me a like rating. It's been a pleasure talking to you guys. Yeah, I mean, plenty more FPL content coming your way. Couple more Euros videos as well. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much for joining me in my lunch break. Subscribe if you haven't already. Cheerio.